So what I'm making is the thumbnail. If you saw the thumbnail, the wonderful egg made from a carnivore truffle. And the dog on my shirt is Bean, who is a blue heeler who had surgery, and the shirts were a benefit for him to raise money because he had to have a lot. Okay, I think I fixed my internet. Sorry, guys. I need just a few drops of Tabasco. As I was saying, you want to increase the batch, just increase your yolk and your amount of Dijon mustard. And I'm using French's mustard just because that's all I have and it works fine. And you can use lemon. Oh, also, there, that's about the right amount of mustard. I'm gonna grab some lemon essential oil. I just got my dogs fed and stuff taken care of from when I was at the barn today, so I came home and fed them. And this essential oil doesn't take much. I probably put too much in accidentally. I put about 4 drops and I can really smell it, but it's not going to be bad. Just anyway. So the only thing that's not carnivore about this is you can use a whisk. I'm just using a frother. Let me move this over. I can't chat until I'm done. So, because I'll be focusing on this. So I take until I have this little, this is actually meant for, you know, the grill, like barbecue sauce or whatever, but I love this little pan. And I've got my heat on low. You need to keep it on low. And if you have to step away from it, if you have an emergency and you have to step away from it, I can't talk, just take it off the burner. Because this is egg yolks. You don't want them scorching at all. And you can use a bain-marie, which is just a water bath under the pan. But I have found you don't need to. As long as you're careful. As long as you're whisking constantly and you don't have your heat too high. I'm going to edge the heat up just a little because it'll get done quicker. And what you want to do is you want to make an emulsion with the butter and the egg yolk. Kind of like a thick, like mayonnaise, right? Because you're trying to get it to come together and not separate. And this is a wonderful way to do really super easy Hollandaise. So if you have a recipe that calls for different ingredients, that's fine. Just put the ingredients you're familiar with, but I encourage you to use cold butter like I am. So I put another pad in there, and it's so much easier than the melted butter version, because the melted butter is really hard to emulsify, and it's really hard to keep it together. Like, the chances of it splitting are pretty high. And this, if you make a bigger batch, like even a restaurant sized batch, which would be a smaller batch still, because you don't want to make a huge batch of hollandaise. I wouldn't know exactly how they would keep it from splitting or going bad or whatever. They might be able to on a steam table, maybe. But anyway, but if you put this in a insulated cup, a stainless steel insulated cup, it'll keep. And of course, I'm making a small batch, so I'm eating the whole stinking thing, telling you. This is just right. So I'm gonna drizzle this onto my egg sandwich. And I have my, I'll show you the put together product, which looks like the picture, because I made the same thing yesterday, except for, I think I took it off the burner because I'm stepping away from it for a second. Because I'm going to put some garlic, some pepper, and I don't know if it needs salt because it's salted better. I think I'll taste it. I'm going to taste it and see if it's, oh wow, that's good. I don't think it needs salt. So do taste it before you put too much salt in it. And I think I just did all my butter. I might need one more pat of butter, but I don't think so. I don't see anybody chatting today. My lives, I went in live earlier and nobody came in, but that's okay. People can watch the replay. So I put just a little bit of garlic and some white pepper, not black, and here's why. Because black pepper is high oxalate. White pepper is low oxalate. This looks just right. So a quarter cube of butter, cut into pieces. I'm going to let it thicken in the heat just a little bit, just so it doesn't split and it's thicker. Sorry about the noise. Next time I might just use a regular whisk, but this is an awesome frother and it's working really well as far as doing the job for me. It's just loud. Tip my pan to get the frother in there because I made such a small batch. And in order not to scorch it and overdo it, I think that is perfect. And it'll thicken as it cools too. So, there you go. And now we're going to take it over. Hello. Hello. Let's see, who is that? Sal Fisher? Cy? Did I say it correctly? Anyway, I'm making hollandaise sauce to put over my egg sandwich that I made. If you'll notice from my channel name, I am carnivore, so I eat animal foods, and I made an egg and bacon. My egg yolk got broken, but that's perfectly fine. Ow. Getting my, so these are my, they're hot, chaffles, which I'm using for bread, which are savory carnivore waffles with pepper jack cheese in the batter and a little bit of blue cheese because I'm partial to blue cheese. You could leave off the blue cheese, but personally, I like blue cheese. So there's my thick sliced bacon. 2 slices of thick sliced bacon. And I could have just done 1, but why? When you can do 2. So I'm gonna pick this up, place it on. And I suppose if I did it in the right order, I was in a hurry and I was taking care of dogs at the same time, I could have, you know, toasted my chaffles and then put the egg on there right from the pan, which would have been a little simpler, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. Hello, Kishana. How are you? If you're still here, I'm gonna raise up my tripod so it's taller and cut into this so I can, and then I gotta pour some Hollandaise sauce over. And if you haven't had Hollandaise sauce, you don't know what you are missing. If you haven't had homemade Hollandaise sauce, you really don't know what you're missing. So good. And please excuse my messy counter because I just came home and said, I'm hungry, we're doing this thing. So, and it was pretty quick because I already had the chaffles made from yesterday. So let's see how I'm pointed here. Like I said, I'm gonna lift it back up when I'm done. I'm just gonna bring, where did I put that Hollandaise sauce at? There it is. I'm gonna pour some over, hopefully I'm in the camera, in the shot. Pour it over. And then I also put some on the side or in a cup. I think I will put it, oh, maybe I had some left in the fridge. Oh no, that's butter. That's flat out butter in the fridge. So I've got some in my cup for a side, for a dipping sauce. So good. I mean, if you want the best, Hollandaise sauce and the best fried egg sandwich on the planet, do this recipe. And like I said, excuse my messy counter. I've got stuff I need to declutter from the counter. So I'm going to, I think I'll use my serrated knife to cut into this. According to my chat, it says nobody's in here, but it's probably because I wasn't talking to anybody. But I'm cooking, and it's easier to do an unedited video than an edited video. So I'm gonna put this back down, cut into it, and then I'll bring you back. Let me flip this around here. I'm having a hard time seeing what I'm doing here. Okay. I cannot wait to eat. I had really good sardines this morning for my pre-workout meal. I did not cut this in half. This was not a very good cut, but it's cut. Don't let any of that yummy sauce go to waste. And Dijon mustard would make it even better, in my opinion, if you like Dijon mustard. Anyway, I will show you again my masterpiece. The picture from yesterday was prettier, except it did not have the Hollandaise sauce in the mix. So I'm going to put that there to dip. And that's my amazing egg sandwich that is to die for. And you just got to trust me on that. Because it might be a beautiful mess, but it is a tasty, beautiful mess. Oh, my egg. I didn't realize that was, I thought that was just Hollandaise. That was an egg, fell out. I'm making a mess of myself. I forgot I was on camera. I thought I was just by myself eating an egg sandwich. I ended up in my own little world. But it's so before I bite into it, the Hollandaise sauce is kind of getting all over the plate, but it is so tasty. So I'm gonna move to a place where I can sit and eat. And I just got home from my writing lesson, so I had a helmet on, and that's why my hair is a mess. So my little dog thinks that he is gonna eat, and he just ate. So I'm gonna put him out so that he's not begging. So come here, Chooky. Come here, little boy. He's looking for food. Come here. You already ate. You already got your food. Let's go outside. Bye-bye. I'll let him back in a few minutes and shut the door to the bedroom where I'm sitting and eating my lunch in peace. Because guess what? It is like 3:43. It's more like dinner time. But I cannot believe it got that late. I put my phone in one hand so I can fill up my water. Just gonna grab some water. I know technically you're not supposed to drink fluids while you're eating for your digestion. I'll just sip. But I just got home. Hello, Cameron. So, anyway. Oh, yeah, I forgot too. I have an afternoon thyroid med that I need to take. It's partly what I'm doing here is trying to, with this diet, is to heal my thyroid. But I'm on this diet for the long haul because it is low carb, it is very healing, and there's no reason to not be on it, because you get your body can't absorb nutrients from plants very well. They're not bioavailable. So does better on meat, because especially ruminant meat, because it's more bioavailable and there's more nutrients there because the animals already pre-digest it. And so now that my dog is not in my bedroom, I can put my food wherever I want. So anyhow, grab my sauce, my Hollandaise sauce. If you missed it, I made homemade Hollandaise sauce on camera, so go back and watch the replay if you care to and see how I made it. It's super easy. I use cold butter pats instead of melted butter, and it makes it come together really, really fast, super fast. I make a small batch because it's just me. Anyway, gotta go get my dog, and then I can settle in and eat my egg sandwich. So egg sandwiches are usually plain Jane, right? Not mine. Come here, Chuki. And mine is low carb because I made the, come on, bud. Atta boy. That's it. So anyway, oh, do I see something I need to check? Oh, I'm good. It is yummy. If you look at the replay, if I do say so myself, I love Hollandaise sauce. Love, love, love. So, I gotta mute for a second. Actually, I thought I unmuted myself, so I was muted. On purpose, I was muted. So this person insulted me, and they're going to go away. because I don't put up with people who just come in here to insult. They said, why would anybody research what I have to say? Because if you want to be healthy yourself, you do your own due diligence and don't just listen to what I say. You do your research to find out if it might be good for you, instead of just going by what I say. And don't call people dummies. That's not nice. Goodbye, Jace. Okay. Jace is now gone forever. This is why I have moderators, because people come in and they're rude. If they don't like my channel, they can leave. There's no reason for them to stay on my channel, okay? So I'm gonna leave that alone because that's not what this live is about. Anyway, so what'd you think of the dog, Cameron? I gotta make sure that my door is really shut because my food is sitting there where my dog could get it. Anyway. So, I don't remember what I was saying when I was muted accidentally, but I needed to mute myself for a minute. Let's see. Okay, make sure my burner is off. It's just really rude when people, Chucky, stay out from up there. You don't need to be upstairs. Yesterday he went upstairs and ate my housemate's Chips Ahoy cookies. I'm surprised he wasn't super sick today. He didn't eat a ton of them, but he ate a few. And that's chocolate, so that's not good. Anyway, he's a weirdo. He's a little chunky monkey, baggy waggy. So, I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my sandwich. And if you don't want to watch me eat, I suppose you can go. I mean, that would be the thing to do instead of criticizing me. Oh, people, they just don't know. Chucky, no, you're not coming. I don't want you in here. I can't set my tripod on top of my Life Pro, which is sitting in front of me. A Life Pro is a vibration plate, which is awesome. They're like, they drain your lymphatic system, clean your lymphatic system out, and help you with lots of healing mechanisms in a Life Pro. Research that too. And I'm not afraid to say research, because like I said, don't just believe me. Research it yourself. People just believe the research and they don't research it themselves. Hardly anybody ever reads the actual research study. They just believe the person spouting, and they could spout anything, and the research that study could say something completely opposite. So it's important. We need to be our own best advocates. Because let me tell you, the medical establishment is not going, in general, there are good doctors out there. There are good doctors that take the oath to do no harm and really don't. But they're few and far between. Most of them throw pills at you. They're in with big pharma. And they're in with big food. And they're all bought and paid for by one another. And if there's not a medication to be had from a research study, like carnivore studies to study people who eat carnivore or eat low carb, if there's not medication to go along with it, guess what? Probably not going to be well publicized. Because for them, that's what it's about. Money. So, anyway. Man, this is good. So, this is going to be on my meal circulation. Because the other reason it is because these chaffles are made just with egg, beef gelatin, and beef collagen. You wouldn't believe it because they look like they're bread and they taste like bread. But none of this, including the Hollandaise sauce, spikes my blood sugar. So, and I end up in moderate to high ketosis, which is the goal. So, that is the goal. And it's super filling. So all I ate today was, it's gonna sound funny, because it's carnivore and you need more fat than protein even. And I'll tell you why in a minute. So, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Why you need more fat than protein. So, this morning, I had about 3 ounces. I'm not sure how many. I just drank till I felt satisfied. Drank some heavy cream with some chocolate caramel element, which is an electrolyte powder. Usually it's what people put in their coffee, but it also tastes really good in the heavy cream. And I have found that I need to up my fat in order to stay in ketosis and keep my blood sugar level. So the other day, here's what I ate that spiked my blood sugar, and it was interesting. I had some pork rinds, and they're pretty clean pork rinds, but they do have some, Chucky, you're not coming in here, coconut palm sugar in it, which is supposed to not spike your blood sugar. And according to the serving size, there were no carbs in what I ate, unless I just ate way too much. And then it didn't show how much there would be for that, for how much carbs for that blood sugar, for that serving size. That's the trick they don't tell you. They'll give you this minuscule serving size and no carbs. And then you eat more than that and you've gone over your carbs. So my blood sugar went up to 137, which is really high for me. So I'm gonna be careful with two things, because I ate cheese, maybe more than I should have that evening, because I was hungry and I didn't have the things that I would normally have on the go, which would be beef, butter for the fat, I didn't have that because I ran out. I was running low on groceries, that's why I went to the store. I'm gonna throw a lamb in the crock pot tonight. I'm gonna sear it and put it in the crock pot. Anyway, so my blood sugar went up to 137. And I said, wow, I think I need to be careful with pork rinds, which I don't eat a lot of, but I did that evening. Because I actually made dinner with ground beef and seasoning, a little bit of Tabasco, and some melted pepper jack on top over the pork rinds in place of chips for a low carb nacho. Well, something about that did not do well for me. Oh, Discover Aviation, you're taking a vacation? Sorry, I didn't see you. Oh, wow. That's so cool. That's so great. Congrats. It's so nice that you can do that. So, do you have plans for anything to do fun? Like, what's to do in Tampa? I know there's lots of things to do in Tampa, but tell us, what are you going to do? Sleep. Man, this was such a good sandwich that I want to do another one. And if you didn't catch what I'm eating and you care, go to the replay. Because I made like the best. It tastes like cheese sauce. It's Hollandaise sauce. And it's not cheese sauce. But the chaffles that I made do have cheese in them. You could leave the cheese out of the chaffles. They're just savory waffles is all. And I used a Dash waffle maker to make the small ones. So it's just this lovely handheld sandwich that I should open a restaurant. Not joking. Except the regulations for a restaurant kill you. I don't know though. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have a carnivore restaurant. Carnivore, keto, low carb restaurant with sandwiches made with chaffles and roast beef sandwiches, brisket sandwiches, bacon on the sandwiches. Man, this is good. So good. So yummy. Hollandaise sauce is really not hard to make. If you missed that portion, go back, and you want to learn how to make it, go back. I had another person come on. Go back and watch it. Go watch the replay. I had another person come on and say they didn't care, and why would anybody want to research anything you have to say? I'm like, if you don't want to be here, go. And then I said, why would you listen to anything I say without researching what I have to say to know if it's right for you? Why would you do that? Sorry, it's not polite of me to lick my fingers. I'll stop. But this Hollandaise sauce is hard to put down. Anyway. Yeah, I'm like, why would you? I need to look at the chat. Somebody said my face was too close to the camera last time too, but one reason is because this print is so small on my phone. Oh, a theme park in Tampa. Plains. Excuse me. Plain Spot. What's Plain Spot? A week. That's a pretty nice vacation. So you're taking your family? Is any of your family coming with you? Okay, I kind of thought so. I kind of guessed that. Watching the planes. Cool. Is your wife excited? Nice. How old is your son? Yeah. Flies in the house. Oh, your son is 7? He would love a theme park. Does he like watching the planes? Is he like his dad? Is he following in your footsteps? What is he interested in? Oh, wow, he wants to be a pilot too. I bet Daddy is proud. So proud. My dog is desperately wanting to get in the room. And I need to put my plate up so he doesn't lick it. I said earlier, I know. Discover Aviation said LOL for the replay. Yeah, my dog yesterday got upstairs into my housemate's room and ate Chips Ahoy cookies. Not like a ton. There was only 2 or 3 in the package. But he ate them. With the chocolate chips, that's not good for dogs. As far as I could tell, at least he didn't get sick in the house at all. And he didn't, you know, do a poo in the house, which was good. And he didn't seem sick, but it's probably a good thing that it wasn't. Maybe the chocolate in Chips Ahoy isn't real chocolate. Maybe it's just chocolate flavored. That's how nasty they are. but it's all fake poisons. Packaged foods are so fake. Look at him, he's so baggy. Do not do that. Get down. Do you want to get on the bed though? Okay, jump up. Jump up there. Go on. Jump up. Oh my gosh, you'd think you were old. He is old. Get up on the bed. You can do it. There you go. He always makes it look so easy once he does it. Come on. Stop begging. There you go. Anyway, my messy room. Thanks, Discover Aviation. I'll keep him. He's kind of a turkey, but I'll keep him. Just putting my comfy shoes on. I'm like Mr. Rogers. I get home and I want to put my comfy shoes on. I had my cowboy boots, which are great for riding. And actually, as cowboy boots go, they're pretty comfortable. They're Justin brand. But I have a bunion and it stinks. So my feet are ready for slippers. I have Hey Dudes, which I don't really like, actually. They don't have enough support, so I won't do Hey Dudes again. I'll do some kind of indoor-outdoor slipper. Something. Or just a slip-on shoe that is nice and comfortable but supportive, you know? Sometimes, though, it takes so long to find something that you really like. And I paid a lot for these silly shoes. I think I paid $90 to $100 for a pair of Hey Dudes because you're just paying for the name. And I think I found them for $75 or $80 on sale after that. But, I mean, I had already decided I didn't like them. I know it's crazy. It's crazy what they charge. It's good to talk to you, Discover Aviation. I'm so glad that you're getting a vacation. When do you leave for your vacation? I'll have to look up the theme parks in Florida. Of course, there's Disney World, but I don't think that's Tampa, is it? And California has Magic Mountain. I don't think Tampa has Magic Mountain. I don't even know. Is Magic Mountain still open? I went to Magic Mountain when I was a kid. And Disneyland. I've been to Florida, but I haven't been to Disney World. Actually, honestly, with all the weird stuff going on, I don't want to pour cold water on anybody's party, but there's some weird stuff happens with Disney. You know, all the Disney stars end up on drugs and in bad way when they get older. There's like Freemasonry mixed up with Disney and their movies and everything. And there's like tunnels or whatever up underneath the park. They're weird. Yeah, it's in Orlando, you're right. So I don't know what Tampa would have. I'm on my phone doing the video, so I couldn't look. So, anyway. Oh, my day got away from me. I went and watched somebody else's lesson after mine, which was good. Horseback riding. My riding lesson went really well. And I'm getting ready to do a interview. I already shared it on another live, but I'll share it again. I'm going to do an interview with Robin Heron. I can't say her name. Herron. Anyway, she's the carnivorous grandma, and I think it's GRAAMMA, grandma, carnivorous grandma, and she is going to interview me and do my testimony about carnivore and how I ended up with carnivore, and it's going to go into a lot of my health journey. And so I'm going to do, since I need the practice, I'm going to do like a run through on here by myself with my outline in front of me. My pillows are behind me from my bed because my dog, if I leave them down, will end up with them on the floor. He's such a pain in the butt sometimes. Cute, but he's a pain in the butt. So anyway, so I always put them up away from him. But that was distracting. So I'm gonna go over my testimonial about my health journey, and it goes back to when I was a kid, having cataracts when I was in my 30s, and low thyroid when I was, I don't know how old, but finally got diagnosed and got medication for it, which reminds me I need to take my thyroid medicine. I have a new thyroid medicine that I'm taking. I'm taking 2 different kinds called natural thyroid, natural NP thyroid, which is natural thyroid, which is not synthetic. And then this pill is leothyronine, and I take it twice a day, once in the morning with my other thyroid med, and then once in the afternoon before 5 o'clock, so I gotta hurry up. I meant to take it about 2:30 when I got home, but I had dogs to take care of and an egg sandwich and Hollandaise sauce to make. Oh, because it was so good yesterday, I'm like, I'm going to do a repeat because I'm really hungry. I didn't really eat a full meal. I just ate sardines and some heavy cream earlier. Crazy. And, but it was satisfying. I wasn't hungry until I finally ate, which was just, half an hour ago or whatever. That's crazy that you can go that long and not have to eat, but when you eat high protein and high fat, it sticks with you. So, like I say, research it for yourself, because you shouldn't just take my word for anything, or anybody's word for anything. I think everybody should do their own research on things. Anyway, it's interesting how people come in here and they're rude, but I expect it. So, anyway, expect it and boot them out. So you're the only regular that I had today, Discover Aviation. You're a regular now. I consider you a reg. A reggy reg. So. Yeah. I didn't have very many people come in to my live earlier. I was only on for, 20 minutes? Something like that earlier. I've been on longer this time. But I did not schedule which doesn't help. If I schedule, then people can see, oh, she's going to be on at such and such time. But anyway, I just never know when exactly I'm going to be around to do a video. So I'm going to get, what I'm doing this evening is I'm going to get that outline done for my interview. And then I'm going to start talking myself through it, and then I'll present it on here. But first, I'm going to do my school, because I still have a little section and a test to do for my home care aide. I am so on the fence though about working in this industry. Like, I would never be a nurse because you just push medication and the dietary recommendations are so off and wrong. It's so carb heavy and veg and fruit heavy. It's just not right. I answer the questions according to the way that they teach us, the wrong way, because I need to pass it in order to stay in, to get my, certification. But I am kind of on the fence because I'm not going to, I'm going to encourage my clients, if they want to eat low carb. I'm not going to make them. I'm going to put veg on their plate and fruit and whatever, if that's what they're wanting. But I am going to tell them about it so that they at least have the information. And then if they choose themselves to go lower carb and to lower their sugar and to lower so that their blood sugar would stay, consistent, I'm going to tell them what lowers blood sugar, because my body is super sensitive, even to gluconeogenesis, where your body turns protein into glucose when you don't have enough fat. So you have to add enough fat. So it's an interesting dilemma that I have had myself, trying to get my blood sugar even. Your brother used to work in the Air Force. Wow. You know what? I just listened. I don't know what you think. Okay, this could open a whole can of worms, but what do you think about the whole Area 51 and the government covering up aliens and stuff? And I won't judge you either way, because I think there's room for the theory that aliens are real. And there's enough evidence that points to alien abductions and stuff. There's somebody named, what is his name? It's an interesting name. It's right on the tip of my tongue too. He did a movie about ancient aliens. Yeah, it might be true. Yeah, I agree. But there's a lot of claims, even from military people and stuff. And have you ever heard of this story about the military guys who were, I forget where they were, it was like Kazakhstan or something, where they have lots of caves, and a giant came out of a cave and attacked them, and I believe, these flies, I believe he killed some. I'll have to look up the story to get it straight exactly. But what I know is they killed the giant. And then the government, and he had like a big sword or spear or something too. So he had like this ginormous weapon. And it was super scary, and these guys were sworn to secrecy. So there's government secrets. And it's weird. It's weird that they, you know, don't want the secret out. But the Bible talks about giants, and there's no real reason why there wouldn't necessarily still be giants alive. They're just not like out where everyone can see them. They're hidden in caves or, you know, whatever. So I'm not shutting the door on that possibility. I think that science means that there are theories and you explore all facets and find out if the earth is flat or round or what. You don't just take other people's word for it. You do your own research and find out. Just like the research about medical stuff and health, you know. We have to come to our own conclusions. I know it's crazy. I know these stories, but the Bible talks about giants. So, and there's hybrids that came from the angels having sex with humans, creating giants. So that's where they came from. And David killed many giants, and the Israelites killed many giants because they had to in order to be able to live in the land without the giants taking over, and the giants were, their DNA was tainted with fallen angels. So anyway, I think it's still a thing. And they're trying to, I think that's a lot of what's going on with the COVID vaccination and crap. They're trying to get into our DNA. And there's some kind of thing with like a fake mosquitoes that give us the jab that they're testing to give us a jab. It's like, that's insane, right? I know. Sorry, I opened a Pandora's box. I opened like a whole can of worms of speculation. But anyway, I don't tell people to believe it or not. I just say it's an interesting theory, and if the Bible says it, I believe it. And what the Bible says is beginning, and that's going to happen in the end, is starting to happen. It's already been happening. One world government, one world currency, cashless society, mark of the beast, Antichrists raising, more than one Antichrist raising up, and the Antichrist beginning to be evident. I don't know who it is, but not naming any names. But I think that we're going that way to where people will. So we need to really be discerning and unafraid and have faith in God. Anyway. Right now, sorry not, we are talking about we're talking about the possibility of giants and aliens, and I brought up the subject. So, because I was listening to a YouTube video about Area 51 and stuff and military secrets that the government has hidden from us. We know that the government has lied to us and hidden things from us. So, and that's pretty evident. So, anyway, it's interesting. So what you been up to? Sorry, not. What have you been doing today? You can watch the replay if you want to. I made a really awesome egg sandwich, if I do say so myself. That egg sandwiches always sound so plain, but I made Hollandaise sauce. It was like restaurant style, really yum. And so you've been working. What kind of work do you do? Well, good, you're off work. What time is it where you are? Is it Eastern time or? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Is that in Texas? Are you in Texas? I can't remember. I think maybe you mentioned where you were from. Oh, okay, you're Central Time. So it's 7:30, no. 6:30. There. New Orleans. Cool. What's working at an oil refinery like? Sounds tough. Sounds dirty. And maybe hot. Is it difficult work? I suppose you might be in the AC, but I don't know how that works. Sounds like it's very hot, very dirty, and maybe dangerous. Yeah, it does. Sounds like. Yeah, sweaty. Yeah. So do you get dirty on your job, what you do? My husband worked a forest fire one time, and he came back, he was completely black. Oh, okay. So you don't get so dirty. That's good. New Orleans. Are you from New Orleans? Or is that somewhere you ended up? What brought you to New Orleans? Sorry, not. I was just checking to see how many people were in here. Yeah, dangerous. I imagine it is dangerous. Hello, Kenwood. We're just talking to Sorry Not about his job. He? You are he, right? I can't see your picture because it's on my phone. Okay, good night, Aviation. Discover Aviation. Have a really good trip. Did you say when you were leaving? I didn't see for your trip. I didn't mean to assume your gender. That's why I asked. With your name, I thought you were a male. It was not intentional. Okay. Oh, were you being facetious? It's hard. You have to put an emoji. You know what I mean? You have to put an emoji so I know. I'm glad I didn't offend you. Oh my gosh. Well, working in an oil refinery, I suppose, is probably heavily male dominated. I don't suppose there's a lot of women that work there. Ah, Kenwood, truck driver. So what area of the country do you drive, Kenwood? I have a friend whose husband is a truck driver, and they used to own a trucking company, but I don't think they own the trucking company anymore. He drives Northwest, so Spokane, Portland, between there. My son is texting me. I have to check his text. I might freeze. We'll see. Okay, sorry, I probably froze, but my son was asking me a question. Southwest. So, California? Ah, Phoenix. I also thought about Arizona, I figured. Wow. Trucking seems like it would be hard too. Hard to get enough exercise and see your family and stuff like that. I guess if you're used to being a loner, but I guess I've known couples though that trucked together, that the wife joined on some of the trips. Or the woman drove, you know, so, too, so. But you could see some really interesting parts of the country, and if your trucking company didn't push you too hard to get your quota, because it seems like some of these guys are rolling down the road so fast to make up time, even in the bad weather, that it's dangerous and that they probably don't get much time to see the country. Oh, okay. Your wife rode along until you got a place to live. Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine that it is kind of a nightmare, especially when in the more congested parts of California and stuff. And maybe the regulations too, right? Yeah, I imagine the regulations are terrible. I would think. Anyway, fill us in, Kenwood. Oh, okay. Only occasionally a nightmare. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, that's tough. I think it would be hard, though, not to see your family. My son thought about trucking because he loves to drive places. He drives straight through and goes places. Like one time he almost drove to Boise from here, and he drove like 5.5 hours or something. Didn't stop, and then I was calling him and he didn't answer, and then finally he answered, and I found out where he was. And he was about to head home, and it was like 10 at night. And I'm like, you haven't eaten, have you? You haven't drank water, have you? He goes, no. I said, well, do this. Get yourself some water and something to eat. You're at a rest stop that's near a town. Go in and get some food and some water and sleep. Then come home. That's what he did. So anyway, he was asking if, maybe he would be a truck driver, and I said, it's gonna be lonely. You gotta think about it before you do it, And it depends on your quota, how much how much you gotta drive in order to make enough money to make it work. Oh, you got water in your fridge. That's the way to do. I have a freezer. Well, it doesn't have a freezer part and a fridge part. It's just one or the other for my car. It plugs into the 12 volt. So it's pretty cool. I had it for business reasons because I made kombucha and I would take it, and kombucha can't get warm or it will explode. So it's on, it's under pressure because it's fermented. So yeah, and you probably got food in your truck. They have these pemmican bars that, well, they sell carnivore bars, and what's the other one called? But they're really expensive. But I was thinking of making my own pemmican because it's just ground beef and fat, and it has just the right amount. And then I wouldn't put the dried fruit that some of the pemmican has. I would just keep it low carb and make it myself. It'd be really cheap, and then I could vacuum seal and grab them on the go when I go to my writing lesson or something or whatever. Very little parking in California. I imagine there's very little parking. Okay, so I have a brother who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I have another brother that used to live in the Oakland Bay Area, and then he also lived in LA when he first moved to California. He lived in LA. And I went to visit him, and it was middle of the city, and there were police helicopters landing on the building next door, and I didn't get any sleep because the lights and the sirens and the noise from the traffic, and just also being nervous that there's crime all over and that it could come and, come into the apartment where I was or near us or whatever, Didn't feel very safe. So LA wasn't my cup of tea with all the pollution and everything too. So I had a aunt and uncle that lived in Visalia, which was much nicer suburb, but yeah, they lived in Visalia, and I would visit them a lot. And I went to school with my cousin one time because I went while she was still in school. But I remember hornets. There was a hornet or hornets. And she said, "Run!" So I'm running from this hornet or hornets. I was scared, but I ran, and I got away from it. We weren't very old, so she probably told me the wrong thing to do, but I didn't want to get stung by a hornet. Because hornet stings are bad. Anyway, big bugs. So I've been in here 79 minutes, and I really should go and finish my schoolwork. And I got done eating, and my food is digested. Anyway, it's been good talking to everybody. Thanks for coming in, Kenwood. I hope you enjoyed your visit to our live chat. We do this often. Yeah, hopefully you can like and subscribe if you want. We talk about health and wellness, and I try to talk about fitness. I do ride horses. I went riding today. I ride at least 2 times a week, if not more. And next week there's a horse show. I'm probably not participating in the show part of it, but I'm going to take a lesson from a really high-ranking muckety muck in the horse world. I don't even know who it is. I have to go on the website and look who's coming. But oh, cool. Yeah, Kenwood, I talk about it a lot. And I wish I could film more because we're not really allowed to film at the place, but my teacher took a little bit of film of me riding, and I need to give her a disc to put it on because it was too big for her to send the file. So I'm gonna give her a disc if she still has it. I need to email her and say, hey, if you still have that video, I'm gonna bring you a disc. So anyway, yep. But I think the show is next weekend, and I'm gonna have a lesson sometime in there, sometime next weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's possible it goes into Monday. The last show went into Monday. Anyway, you have 3 horses at your house. Cool. Cool. That's awesome. I'm gonna start getting in a streaming service so that we can actually share pictures back and forth and stuff. Like to trail ride. That's great. But that's great. Trail riding is really good. Honestly, I like going fast. But a nice, slow, leisurely trail ride through beautiful country is awesome too. There's this channel named Free Spirit Equestrian, and I like her channel. She does a lot of trail riding and other things. She's a lesson instructor. She gives lessons and rides all different styles, English and Western and all of it. Super calm. That's good. That's good. You need those super calm horses and that don't spook at anything. That's really good. Spooking makes life interesting. My horse spooked in the last show that I was in, the one that I've been riding. She spooked because, bless her heart, she was coming up to the gallery of people and she'd never seen it before. She never rides in that arena. She rides in the other arena where there isn't a gallery of people. And she saw those people and it scared her. So she shook her head and tried to run away, and I had to keep her in control, and she tripped, and yeah, it was fun times. Not. At least I didn't fall off. Crazy. Yeah, but she's a good horse, though. She's a really good horse. She didn't mean to hurt anybody. Just they get scared. They're not, you know, what do you call? They're not prey animal. They're prey animals, you know, not predators. So they get scared. You have to help keep them calm, which is a good lesson for us to learn how to regulate our emotions and their emotions and help them stay, you know, whoever trained your wife's horses did a good job. And she did a good job of helping them not be afraid and get used to, acclimated to different things. You know, desensitized to different situations. That's really good. So, anyway, I will chat with you all soon. And tomorrow is Sunday. We shall see how much done I am with my schoolwork, and I probably will be done. I might have to get another proctor because I Have to have a proctor for this because they make sure that you're not cheating. Yep, later on, catch you on the flip. Good to have you, Kenwood. Discover Aviation is probably gone. Bye, sorry, not. Anyway, good conversation. Loved it. Bye. Good to get to know you all.